clearly tariffs has been the big pain point, and that looks like it's easing. Meanwhile, in case you're missing Alex at the anchor table, no need to miss him too much, because he's found himself in London covering, of all things, the anti-immigration protests, where thousands have been marching the streets with a slogan of Unite the Kingdom March. It's been led by far-right activist Tommy Robinson against immigration and drew over 100,000 people to central London. Some of those visuals truly astonishing. Alex joins in with more details. This is a report he sent us from London.
The emergence of the far right is in evidence in the United Kingdom as it is in various parts of the globe. I am speaking, of course, about the protests that took place in central London. You must have seen the images that came over. Thousands of people, and the administration says a lakh of people were at that location in Whitehall yesterday. And this is a protest that was organized by the activist Tommy Robinson. But the overarching theme was a little vague. It was supposedly anti-immigration, but that meant different things to different people. For some, it was a protest against illegal migration of people. For others, it was the overall policy of the UK government, the immigration policy that they were calling for an overhaul of. And for still other people, they were chanting things like "send them back." And there were a few religious undertones as well, because there were a few people that were carrying wooden crosses at that event. And Mr. Robinson, who organized the event, is known to be anti-Islamic. What was interesting is that aside from these protesters who were apparently talking about anti-immigration, there was a much smaller gathering of about 5,000 people that were not too far away from that. And they were in a protest that was calling for anti-racism. All of this is to understand that the emergence, as I said right at the beginning, of the far right seems to be reaching the shores of the United Kingdom as well. And there is a little bit of popular support, particularly because of the state of the government. There were a few high-profile visitors and speakers at yesterday's protest, not least of which was Elon Musk, who joined in on a video link. And he used some pretty incendiary words, if you can call it that, because he spoke about the coming violence in his words, and he spoke about the need to fight or die. He was speaking about the recent assassination of a political activist in the United States, but he also called for the dissolution of the parliament in the United Kingdom and the election of a new government, and he said something has to change. The interesting thing though, I arrived in London yesterday, and the person who drove me from the airport was a Pakistani. The person who brought me into the hotel was an Indian from Gujarat. And this morning, the concierge was from Ghana. All told, the services industry, that is transportation and hospitality, the medical services and several other fields, including IT, are dominated by migrants. And the question is, if there is an anti-immigration policy, does the economy here in the United Kingdom suffer as a consequence?
All right, Alex, there, please staying safe with all those anti-immigration. Yeah. Just over the weekend, Neeraj, wanted to mark this very quickly. There are anti-immigration rallies right now in Australia, where the focus is on Indians for some reason. Even in London, a lot of focus on Indians, and there were pictures of them going to a onion bhajia shop after the protest to eat. That's a different story. Yeah. And the horrific beheading of a 50-year-old Indian origin man in the United States. I'm just wondering, as the power of the diaspora grows, I hope that there's no targeting of Indians.
Yeah, hopefully it's a passing phase, and we pray for the deceased, of course, and the ones impacted. But hopefully it's a passing phase.
Yeah, really horrific. All right, just coming back to some factors today to take a look.